Chapter 6. Get your brain to do what you want. At your level, you can correct virtually anything, as long as it is within the possibility area. What do we mean by within the possibility area? We do not yet have the formulas for certain things, such as growing a new flesh and blood arm or leg if one is missing. However, if the arm or leg is still there but is damaged, then it is well within the possibility area to correct the damage. The steps in using your level to correct problems are: 1. Recognize the problem. Many writers simply tell you to think about what you want. Jose Silva realized that you need 2 points of reference in order to establish a direction of travel, the starting point and the destination. So the first step is to recognize the problem. I have a headache. I feel insecure. I am drowsy and sleepy. I lose my temper too easily. I crave fattening foods. Whatever your problem, identify it. 2. Replace the problem with a positive thought. What do you want instead of the problem? I want to be wide awake, feeling fine, and in perfect health. I want to be confident. I want to control my temper. I want to consume foods that are healthy and beneficial for me. 3. Make a plan. Use some kind of a mechanism to move you from the problem to the solution. In a moment, I am going to count from 1 to 5. Whenever I bring together the tips of the thumb and first 2 fingers of either hand. Whenever I blink my eyes. 4. Work your plan. Count yourself out of your level. Bring together the tips of the first 2 fingers and thumb of either hand. Blink. 5. Claim your rewards. Take it for granted that you have already achieved what you have programmed for. Even if it hasn't happened yet, pretend that it has. Fake it till you make it. Following are some of the formulas that Jose Silva developed. Relieving tension and migraines. Enter at level 1, mentally tell yourself, I have a headache. I feel a headache. I don't want to have a headache. I don't want to feel a headache. I am going to count from 1 to 5, and at the count of 5, I will open my eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health. I will then have no headache. I will then feel no headache. You will then count slowly from 1 to 2, then to 3. At the count of 3, remind yourself mentally that, at the count of 5, I will open my eyes and be wide awake, feeling fine, and in perfect health. I will then have no discomfort in my head. I will then feel no discomfort in my head. Notice that we have made a change at level 3, from ache to discomfort. We left the ache behind. Then count slowly to 4, then to 5, and at the count of 5, and with your eyes open, say to yourself, I am wide awake, feeling fine, and in perfect health. I have no discomfort in my head. I feel no discomfort in my head. And this is so. You replace the headache with no headache. What would a no headache feel like? That's what you expect. If you apply this formula, open your eyes, and check to see if the headache is there or not, what are you likely to find? The headache. Instead, open your eyes expecting to feel no headache. Tell yourself there is no headache in your head. Even if you think you still feel a headache, tell yourself you don't. It will go away. For migraines, apply the same formula 3 times, 5 minutes apart. The first application will reduce the discomfort by a certain amount. Wait 5 minutes and apply the second application. This will take care of a greater amount of the discomfort. Wait 5 minutes and apply the third application, and the rest of the discomfort will disappear. When you enter your level yourself, and apply the program yourself, then your brain will do whatever is necessary to correct the cause of the problem. This will bring the problem to an end, without any substitute symptoms. You will no longer experience the tension that was causing the headaches. Headache technique put to the test. Linda L. Folk of St. Albans, West Virginia, wrote to tell us of her experiences with migraines. I had had migraines for more than 16 years when my mother put me through the Silva method. I was going to the doctor at least once a month. He tried various medications, some of which were very powerful, but he was unsuccessful in finding relief for my migraines. There were times when the migraines were so intense that I could only stand in a corner leaning against the wall praying for them to go away. Lying down or sitting only intensified the pain. Sometimes, after leaning in the corner for hours, I would collapse from exhaustion. It would be several days after the attack before I was back up to my full strength. After learning the Silva method, it took me several months to gain complete control over the migraines. Using the Silva method, I was able to shorten and ease them immediately. Meanwhile, my mother could stop them using her programming skills. If I had to leave a message on her answering machine asking for her help, I knew when she had returned and was at level because my migraine would leave. The answer finally came at level during a migraine. I was focusing on the pain and not feeling fine. When I changed the focus to I feel fine, let it go, that migraine stopped. After that, when I felt a migraine coming on, I simply went to level, went to my ideal place of relaxation, and said, I feel fine. Let it go, and the migraine could no longer come into being. Needless to say, I have been migraine-free for several years now. As an added bonus, the money saved in doctor's bills and medicines quickly paid my husband's way through the Silva course. Those who have never experienced a migraine cannot fully appreciate the excruciating agony that accompanies an occurrence and, consequently, these individuals may not consider migraine mastery a truly notable victory. As a former sufferer, however, I can state unquestionably that developing the ability to prevent such torment from entering my reality has emphasized the basic principle of the Silva method by making my life better and better. I welcome the opportunity to discuss my technique and success with anyone who may be interested, realizing that by helping others I am also helping myself. Editor's note: you may contact Linda through Silva instructor Rebecca Hickman via the Silva organization. See Appendix A for the address. Establishing a trigger mechanism: you can use the 3 fingers technique as a trigger mechanism. Bring together the tips of the thumb and first 2 fingers of either hand. When you bring the tips together, your thumb and fingers will form a circle. Not the flat part, where your fingerprints are. Let the tip of your thumb touch the tips of your first 2 fingers. That way, energy will recirculate rather than being lost out of the ends of your fingers. If you need to remember what somebody says, such as a lecture from a professor, you can use the 3 fingers technique to help you. Enter your level and tell yourself mentally that you are going to listen to a lecture, and mention the title and subject of the lecture and the lecturer's name. Tell yourself that you are going to use the 3 fingers technique. Tell yourself that noises will not distract you but will help you to concentrate. Tell yourself you will have superior concentration and understanding. Count yourself out of your level and use your 3 fingers technique while listening to the lecture. Be sure to pay attention and listen to what the lecturer says. Make mental pictures, mental movies of the things the lecturer covers. When you need this information, you can use the 3 fingers technique to help you recall it. You will remember it as well as you did immediately after the lecture. The information that you have impressed on your brain will also make it easier to use your intuition to detect information psychically when necessary. See Chapter 7. Find information when you need it. Have you ever had a problem and you know there is a great solution, but you cannot quite figure out what it is? Most of us have experienced that. Jose Silva always maintained that there is no such thing as a problem without a solution. There are just problems for which we do not have enough information to know what the solution is. Your doctor has given you options, and you are not quite sure which one to take. You are having a problem dealing with another person and you are not yet clear on what has upset him or her so much. You have 2 wonderful business opportunities and haven't been able to decide which one to pursue. And to top it all off, you just don't have enough time during the day to investigate as much as you would like to gather more information, and analyze it thoroughly so that you can be sure you are making the correct decision. Why not put your mind to work on the problem at night, while your body is getting the sleep that it needs? Your mind doesn't need to sleep. It can seek out the information, wherever it is, and bring it to you. You might get the information in a dream, or in a flash of insight during the day, or by way of a coincidence that helps you make the correct choice. Your mind can detect information stored in your own brain, and can also detect information stored in other people's brains. It can also bring you information from higher intelligence. Have you ever had a dream that contained information that helped you correct a problem? Many people have. Or a precognitive dream, that is, you dreamed about something and then the next day, or a few days later, it happened. Most people report that one of those two things has happened to them. Dreams are a very natural part of our lives, so it is easy to learn to program to have a dream that will contain information that you can use to solve a problem. First, you must learn to recall your dreams. Program yourself at your level, when you are in bed and ready to go to sleep, that, I want to remember a dream, and I am going to remember a dream. Then go to sleep from your level. Have paper and pencil ready to write down your dream. Prove you are serious by having the paper and pencil ready and by writing down your dream. In the morning, enter your level and review what you wrote down. This will help you to recall more of the dream. Keep a dream log or dream diary, and eventually you will begin to understand what your dreams mean to you. Analyze them at the alpha level, since that is where you had them. After you have achieved the first step and are remembering a dream every night, then proceed to the next step, program yourself, at your level just before going to sleep, that, I want to remember my dreams, and I am going to remember my dreams. Continue to write them down as soon as you awaken with a dream, and then analyze them at your level when you wake up in the morning. After that, you can program yourself that, I want to have a dream that will contain information to solve the problem I have in mind. State the problem, and add, I will have such a dream, remember it, and understand it. In Chapter 8, you can read how a medical doctor uses information from dreams to help his patients, and in Chapter 19, you can read about a multi-million-dollar idea that came in a dream. Another technique that works great is the glass of water technique. Do not use it on the same night that you are using dream control, choose one or the other. At bedtime, fill a water glass with water. While drinking approximately half of the water, turn your eyes slightly upwards and mentally tell yourself, this is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind. Then put away the remaining half glass of water, go to bed, and sleep. In the morning upon wakening drink the remaining half glass of water, turning your eyes slightly upwards and mentally saying to yourself, this is all I need to do to find the solution to the problem I have in mind. With this programming you may awaken during the night or in the morning with a vivid recollection of a dream that contains information that you can use to solve the problem, or during the day you may have a flash of insight that contains information you can use to solve the problem. You do not need to count yourself into level when using this technique. You will enter the alpha level automatically when you turn your eyes slightly upwards while drinking the water. Also, you do not need to be totally passive while waiting for the answer. Sometimes you will find that during the day when you are working on the problem, you will realize how to proceed. It feels very natural sometimes. That's the way higher intelligence gets the information to you.